Hope you enjoyed your 2 minutes. We are back. It's time to rumble.
I hope you had a horrible 2 minutes.
Well, you're a jerk, Voltra.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But how could they possibly enjoy 2 minutes without GSL, man?
It is hard. Well, I mean, you could go and
I guess you could watch. You know what I usually do when it's commercial break when the GSL's on?
What's that?
I watch GSL VODs.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, you could get online, you could watch somebody's opening, I suppose. I think that's a great idea. But you had some time. I mean, your family's probably all sleeping right now.
Hey, in 2 minutes, you could watch Jay June try and cheese Bomber.
That's true. Yeah, that's about a 2-minute game usually. But we are back. We are seeing TSL fight for their lives right now. Alive managed to get a win, but now he has to go against Lenok, who's definitely one of the, I would say he's a sleeper player. You know, he's a player that can take games off of basically anybody.
He's a sleeper player. He, blends in, and then when you're not expecting it, he pops up and plays StarCraft.
Yeah. Yep. Like the other day, I was going to play, Candyland with some people, and I was sitting down, and I'm like, well, good thing all these guys are noobs at Candyland. And then all of a sudden, Lenok shows up.
And played you at StarCraft?
I did not see you there. Now, I don't know how you can really own someone in Candyland, but somehow he made me end up in the molasses swamp so many times. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. He owns me at Shoots and Ladders, Lenok.
Oh, man. Shoots and Ladders, that was a fun game.
Always knocks me into a shoot.
Except when you ended up in the shoots. I know.
And you know what I say when that happens?
Darn.
I say shoot.
Oh.
Duh.
I knew you were going to say, for real.
I knew that you knew that.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, we're going to get started on Terminus 3. Let's see if Lenok can pull it out for FOU.
All right. So here we go. Two players playing a game slightly more complicated than Shoots and Ladders.
A little bit.
Here's our red Zerg player. He is the hope for FOU.
Lenok FOU.
Lenok FOU.
Yep.
There he is. We haven't seen him play for a little while since he did get knocked out of Code Ace so early. But here is the last hope for TSL. Managed to get a win, but needs two more. He is.
TSL alive.
It's a close one, Moltrap.
And Alive actually took out Lenok in the March GSTL, actually.
That's
when these two teams
right.
played.
Yeah.
That was last time, and then he actually hadn't played any Zerg until beating Czech in the up and down matches.
Gas first
since then, but
for
a lot
Alive.
of wins in the past. Gas first for Alive. Whoa.
Yep.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe some Reactor Hellion or something?
Possibly. I mean, here's the thing, is that not a lot of Zerg players just blindly build Spore Crawlers. Oh, did he see that? Did he actually send out a Drone Scout that early on Terminus?
He did.
He sees that the gas is first.
Now he does.
All right. Wow, so that is actually huge.
That is really big.
I can't believe he managed to find his opponent so fast. That is amazing. So Lenok can say two things to himself. He can go, okay, it's probably going to be Banshees, or there's a chance it's going to be Blue Flame Hellions, or it's going to be a very, very fast tank push. Probably going to be one of those three, most likely Banshees.
Yeah, well, either way,
yeah,
he knows that there's some kind of tech happening pretty quick.
Anything you can do to narrow down what you think your opponent is going to do to you in StarCraft 2 is so helpful.
Yeah.
Scouting is very, very important. And sure enough, Lenok putting down a pool first on Terminus 3, which is a map that a lot of players would go hatch first on.
He actually did get his hatchery up first.
Oh, he did?
Yeah,
okay, my bad.
Yep, so he's got his pool going, though, but because he scouted that, he knows there was going to be some tech. He actually, in a way, knew that it wasn't going to be like 2 racks or anything like that. There's no way he would have like a hidden second barracks if he was getting that gas. So he knows he's safe for a little while, and he's going to be able to do something. And this drone is actually staying alive for quite a while.
Yeah.
And I believe saw the factory. Yeah, saw the factory. And it's going to be able to spot that. Oh my god, if that drone escapes. No.
Interesting thing, though.
You know what the TSL team member just said?
What?
To that drone, you won't leave here alive. To quote Tasteless and make a pun on Alive's name.
Oh, man. Alive is supply block in a huge way. Look at that. 1919 supply depot only halfway done. I can't believe it.
Wow.
You hardly ever see this happen in the GSL.
Well, his depot's about to finish.
Yeah,
But yeah,
man,
that Hellion
that
sitting
was a
there
good
not
30
building,
seconds.
that's pretty bad.
Yep. Got his second gas up right now. His mineral income is going to be so low. That SUV is not going to be going to any Utopia anytime soon.
He is putting a reactor down on the barracks,
Right.
and he's making a Hellion off the factory. He might switch it over and get like multiple
Certainly possible. And look at this for
Hellions off the
Lenok.
reactor.
5 Roaches already on the way for Lenok. He could just go for like a really early Roach push. I think that's what he's doing.
Oh, barely walled off in time there to keep those Zerglings from running in.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
he does see the reactor.
These Roaches could really, really make Alive have a bad day because I do not think there's going to be a Banshee out in time. Roach is going out for Lenok right now. Is he going to play defensive or is he going to push?
Well,
find out.
he is currently actually also supply blocked,
He's making a drone.
so he
wow.
cannot
Is he
make
really?
any more Roaches at this point.
Yeah, he is supply blocked.
He's supply blocked
Just
and not
starting
building an
Overlord
Overlord.
now. Wow. All right. Well, yeah. Normally we see a little bit higher level play at the GSL. Normally don't see pro players getting supply blocked like this. So both players definitely not on top of their game this game.
Yeah. Now, by the way,
But-
just
Yeah.
for the record, sometimes if you do see a player supply blocked, it doesn't always mean that it's a mistake. There are builds that actually function on getting exactly the right number of units to fill your supply. This is not one of them,
No.
but I'm just saying,
Yeah.
don't have to always assume it's an error. But anyway, so yeah, he does have those Roaches out. He just made 5 Roaches just to defend Hellions, and he's just macroing up, getting his lair.
Yep. He's getting such a fast lair. I wonder if he's going to go for Roach drops. Well, I guess maybe not too fast of a lair, actually.
My God.
But
Lenok supply blocked himself again.
I'm kind of curious. Oh, he used the extractor trick to get out 2 extra drones. I'm really, really curious about what Lenok is doing right now. 2 Overlords just finishing. Right now, here comes the Banshee, and Lenok is not going to have enough Queens to deal with that. He does manage to see it right away. Overseer on the way. He did get a lair just to get the Overseers out. I'm pretty sure. There's Cloak. He's going to need to be careful. All right, here comes the Overseer.
Yep, and another Queen is going to come down
That Overseer is going the wrong direction.
from the main, and just, yeah, there's another Queen in the main, so he's got 3 Queens total. More than enough to deal with this Banshee, but it is getting some kills. 5 kills for it.
And where's the Overseer for Lenok? There it is, finally driving the Banshee away.
And
a full health Banshee can take out a Queen, but at this point, that Queen could have won the fight.
yeah, that guy managed to get a pay raise, got himself to the corporal status before getting driven off by those Queens.
And it looks like a really early push coming out from Alive. He's going to try to push with what he has right now. This is such a weird game. I mean, both players getting supply blocked.
Yeah.
It's kind of bizarre in general. Bringing
Now-
some SCVs to repair the tank as well. Good idea.
Yeah, he is actually, he doesn't have a
Doesn't have a
second
whole lot.
base after this. Alive is pretty much going all in off this one base here. He's going to lead with the Banshee and try and deal with these Roaches with the Banshee, but the Queens are going to drive him back. But he's got a lot of tanks and Marines and some SCVs coming along for the ride.
And does he have siege mode? That's
He
the question. I believe
does
he
have
must.
siege mode, yes.
All right.
Not that
is
many
Lenok
forces
prepared?
here.
One Banshee goes down. Queens transfusing each other to stay alive. Nice job. Lenok forced to pull drones out the line. All the Roaches getting annihilated by the tanks, though, but I think Lenok may just have enough. Barely, but he's going to lose so many drones.
But the Banshee comes in and there's no more Queens after that one, but the Queen stays alive.
Oh, tank being repaired.
Oh my goodness,
It
that
can't
tank.
fire, though. It can't fire when it's sieged up like that.
Oh,
Marines
but the
taking down
Marines
the
kill off
Roaches.
the Roach, and Alive's push may succeed here. He needs to reinforce so much, though, because he has almost been taken out,
Yeah.
and a handful of Roaches are on the map. 5 more in production. This may be able to break the push. Several Roaches going in to take this out. He targets down the tank. He takes out one. He doesn't repair the other one, and he goes down as well.
Wow.
The Marines are not going to be able to clean up.
Oh, but a Cloak Banshee comes in and there are no Queens to defend against this. The Overseer has a lot of eyes, but it doesn't do a bit of good right now.
It doesn't make a bit of difference, guys,
they
because
repairing
there's
that
no
supply
anti-air.
Those
And-
SCVs are repairing that supply depot.
Oh my, really?
What? What?
He right-clicked on it.
The Banshee was
His Banshee was attacking the supply depot also.
My mind was just blown. The SCVs are repairing.
Alive on the brink of victory.
Well, it's not going to really All right. Wow, that actually was huge because a lot of roaches live because of that. So let me just break that down for you for those of you who may have missed that.
The neutral depot's burning down,
All right,
by the way.
yeah. So the Banshee accidentally got misclicked on the neutral supply depot on the ramp, and at the same time, TSL Alive's SCVs were repairing the depot that he was attacking with his Banshee.
Was he repairing it? He might
Yes,
have
he was.
he might have attack moved and like accidentally hit the depot instead of the
I don't know.
the area or something like that.
I could have sworn it was a repair action, but the repair action and the attack action do look very similar. But either way,
Use the fusion cutter for both.
That Banshee, that's true, fix it and break it. That Banshee attacking that supply depot allowed a lot of roaches to survive, and
Yeah.
that is actually huge.
That
wow.
was actually pretty big.
This is the weirdest game ever, Moltrap.
And when the dust settles, Lenok is left with, well, actually a lot of money saved up, and a couple Banshees coming into Lenok's natural, and a drop in the main at the same time.
And
Beautiful play, going both places at once for Alive, getting several more kills with both the drop and the Banshee.
But what's the worker count right now?
That is the
Looks
question.
like
Alive
ahead.
is at 34, Lenok at 39.
All right.
So Lenok is actually doing pretty well, except the Mules keep Alive ahead in the income
Now,
tab.
There's
And
a Spire on the way for Lenok, and when that finishes,
there we go.
That's pop out.
I was wondering, I was like, why is he saving up so much
Yeah,
gas? And
that
that's
is going
why.
to shut down those Banshees cold.
Except he actually just, yeah, he's going to be able to produce about 10 Mutalisks right when the Spire finishes, actually. That's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, that could be
because
pretty huge.
Alive has an engineering bay, but no turrets.
Now-
And not too many Marines on the map, only 12.
Lenok needs to be careful with these roaches. He's getting into a little bit of a dangerous position right now.
Well, if he can kill off those Marines with the roaches, Mulus will just destroy everything else.
Yeah, absolutely. He's also using the roaches to hold the Xel'Nagitar, which is extremely useful as he takes that third base as well. 10 mutas, 11 mutas on the way for Lenok right now.
Wow.
A drop coming in from TSL Alive.
11
Both these
mutas and
players.
+1 air attack.
Yeah, and actually TSL Alive's going to turn around, it looks like, as the mutas do pop out. I think he knows his timings pretty well. He saw the Spire building.
Yeah, so those Mutalisks are out now. They're going to group up and head to the back of his base. And actually, you're right. His timings were perfect. He does have turrets up now. He does have a lot of Marines
don't
back
find
there.
the Marines? Okay.
So he's actually going to be okay. Alive is going to be able to hold off these mutas for the time being. They do have map control now.
Yeah.
But for the time being, he's going to be safe. He's got that second base up. Lenok just getting his third up.
Getting Overlord speed and +1 flyer attacks
Yep.
for his mutas.
And dropping down a Baneley nest as well.
Yep.
And producing 17 drones right now.
All right, good. That's Lenok is known to get a decent economy in a lot of cases. So I'm not surprised he's producing a big round of drones right now. He knows that the Mutalisks give him some form of safety.
Yeah.
He does have Overseers
smart
out
move.
as well.
He knows that if those Marines leave the base to push, he can just kill the main base. So he's like, all right, well, I can afford to make some drones right now.
And that is, Supply Depot being taken out by Lenok. And here comes the Cloak Banshee. Queen getting some free shots at it. Roaches lurking from behind. Oh no, Lenok might lose all these roaches if he's not careful.
And he actually just lost the Banshee because he wasn't paying attention to it. But he's pushing across the map with a lot of Marines and tanks.
That is a pretty scary
Taking out
army
creep
right now.
tumors, pushing the Mutalisks back into the main, and he is actually counterattacking with roaches at Alive's front door, and he's got nothing to do about it.
Oh, 22 Zerglings on the way for Lenok right now. But is it going to be enough? Banelings morphing in, but there's so many Marines. Those Banelings might get taken out before they morph completely.
Alive needs to win with this push, though, because that counterattack in his naturals killing everything.
Oh, the Baneling just finishing
And
now.
there's the
but
Baneling.
immediately
Oh, they
dying.
don't get anything done.
Oh.
The hatchery goes down, though. The Marines falling in the back to protect those tanks from the Mutalisks, and the roaches have cleaned up
Oh no,
the
they're
natural.
going to the main now, and TSL Live looks in a great position to win this game, despite the Mutalisks. He does have a good amount of Marines.
Yeah, but here's the thing: if Lenok holds this off, Alive has no economy.
Yeah.
So if Lenok can hold this, basically this situation right now is going to determine it. He can either win the game or lose it with this push. The tanks are in the main though, and I don't know if he has enough. He's got a couple Baneleys coming in, but the Roach is coming in from the other side as well, taking out all the
Look at
tanks.
that.
Oh, the Mutalisks die, but it doesn't matter. The Roaches are going to be able to clean up.
Oh, nice pickup.
Whoa.
Nice pickup to save those Marines when he knew all the Mutas were dead. Now, here's the thing, all right? TSL Alive moved out his command center back to his natural, so that's underway again.
Actually, things stabilized in a really strange way because they both kept almost all of their harvesters.
Yeah, Leenock has
so
two
now
bases
they just pick up the pieces and go back to mining.
Yeah, they're still fairly even. A big army moving out, though, for TSL Alive.
Yep.
And Leenock, again, is he going to be ready for it? He did lose his lair, too.
Oh, did he?
He did.
Oh, he did lose his lair, you're right.
Was at his natural. Yep.
So here comes that push.
Oh, here's a nice drop from TSL Alive. But he's occupied right now with the army of Leenock. Leenock losing all his mutas again. The drop doing damage to Leenock's third base.
Oh, man.
Losing a lot of drones.
Picks off the mutas, sacks his tanks, and leaves. And that drop just killed every drone at the third.
Yeah.
A few got out, I believe, but not that many.
This game is so close right now. TSL Live starting to ever so slightly pull ahead.
Yeah, this is really close. He should probably float his main orbital down to... Well, actually, he can't because then he won't have gas.
Yeah. Another drop from TSL Live, but there's roaches right there. They are ready.
He needs to get out.
A lot of those Marines are going to get cleaned up. Another drop, kind of chilling out.
Now, Zergling's speed is almost finished right now. He actually didn't have Zergling speed this whole time.
Yeah.
Slow Zergling's getting attacked by the drop there, and that drop is actually stopping him from mining. He's mined out in his main.
Yep.
So that's actually really important.
Needs to be careful with those meters. He needs to take out the medevac.
Out.
Oh, and here's a drop at the new natural. Does Leenock have enough to take it out? It looks like he's got plenty. Had to pull drones for a moment there, but he didn't lose a whole lot. Losing every single muta, though, all the time. Leenock really needs to be careful with those mutas.
And he doesn't have any banelings right now. I think he lost his baneling nest. No, he still has it, but he hasn't morphed any. So he's having such a hard time dealing with these mass Marines with only roaches.
Well, Leenock's economy is so low right now because he keeps having to pull his drones away. Losing the queen now at his main. TSL Live is all over Leenock with these drops. Look at all those drones on one mineral patch. Piled up like a giant drone bunk bed.
I would love to see him make another Banshee right now because he's killed off queens. He's killed off all the mutalisks.
He certainly could.
Well, he's making more mutalisks, I guess, but at a certain point that might come in. Now, Alive is just keeping up the pressure.
Yep, TSL
sending
Alive.
out wave after wave of Marines with medevacs and tanks to support.
And he's so far ahead right now. They were even just a moment ago, but now TSL Live is ahead in a big way. Almost 50 supply ahead right now. And Leenock making some mutas, but man, he really needs to be careful with those mutalisks. He's lost a lot of mining time. Another drop getting cleaned up. Finally has those mutas to take down the medevac.
Oh, is the medevac going to go down with the Marines inside it?
Oh,
he gets the medevac. Kills 4 Marines off inside it as well, but he's sieged up on that low ground. And if he attacks those Marines, he can fall back to that tank on the low ground.
Yeah. Oh no, losing more mutas right now.
Oh man, killed off the mutas and then lifted out of the way the banelings. Beautiful move.
I might just be ready to take back what I said about Leenock's decision making. He has lost so many mutas. Making me mad.
Yeah, but there's a lot of banelings there. All he needs to do is land a couple and he can take out that Marine army.
Yep. Now, that medevac is so close to being dead. If you send in the mutas behind the ground forces, the mutas can take out the medevac, but that's not what Leenock's been doing. Another muta came out. He was not told what he was signing up for.
And there he goes in. Banelings coming down the ramp to try and take out those Marines. They are stimmed, falling back. The tank only on by itself is not enough to take out all those Banelings. They have to fall back again. Leenock loses his natural again. And TSL Alive has now taken 2 games in a row to bring this to a 3-3 tie to tie up the match. And wow,
can't believe
TSL Alive walking through the path of flames because he is hot right now with 2 wins under his belt.
Yeah, wow, I mean the theme of the GSTL you could definitely say is unlikely heroes. Man, because you see some of these players come out of the woodwork. You see Coach Lee very pleased with this player right now, and Leenock did not play his best, I gotta say. And I'm a Leenock fan, so it hurts me to say that, but he did not play terribly well that game.
Yeah, he made some bad moves there, and I mean, Alive, to give him credit, he played pretty well. He was doing really well with the drops, the Banshees, and all this kind of stuff. And he made a couple mistakes as well, but Leenock just could not hold it together under all that pressure.
Yeah. And talk about pressure. I mean, Choya's got to be feeling a lot of pressure right now. I mean, his team is losing left and right in the GSL. He himself is knocked out of Code A along with Lenok.
Yeah.
They were so far ahead in this match, and now they're down to the deciding game, a game 7.
Now,
wow. So who are they going to send out?
If I'm FOU, you got to send in SC. I don't see them sending anyone but SC.
I would think
SC's best matchup is Terran versus Terran. He's got like a 60+% win rate.
Yeah.
Alive, even though he did okay in some TVTs in Code A, is actually his worst matchup. He's got like a 48% win rate there. So you got to go with SC, I think. Let's see who they pick, though. Everyone's leaning forward, pretending it's going to be them. And SC FOU gets up to take the stage, to take the stand against the wave of Alive, which has currently been powering through some of their best players. Gumio and Lenok both going down, and SC coming out to say, no, I'll show you what a Code S semifinalist can do.
So it all comes down to this. SC FOU versus TSL Alive. The winner will win the whole thing for their team. They'll go on to the semifinals of the GSL Team League.
This is the ace match. Whoever wins this game wins it for the entire team, for the entire day. And there we go. See, I got all the way to the round of 4. Almost got to the finals.
That match versus ST was absolutely amazing.
Oh, man.
Yeah, words can't describe the last 5 minutes of that
That's why I'm just saying, like, oh my god.
If you guys did not see that, go back and watch SC versus Nesty. The last 5 minutes of that game, you could hear a pin drop in the studio.
Oh man, so many people were here in the studio, and when the GG was called at the end of that, so intense. Everyone was going crazy. It was absolutely insane. It was one of the probably the best match, probably one of the best 5, probably the best of 5 actually, I would say, in the whole GSL.
Yeah, it was extremely
so cool. But anyway, so SC has some proving to do. Alive is on a roll. He's got the momentum behind him, but he still looks not exactly certain. SC looking pretty confident, I think.
Yeah.
He thinks, okay, I'm going to come in here and show this Code A newbie what for.
Well, I remember TSL Alive, I believe he was in Code S at one point, wasn't he?
Alive is now in Code S.
At one point in the past. I feel like I might be completely wrong.
I don't think so.
We're going to play on Zelnaga Fortress for our final match.
Very good TVT map.
One of the
very
newer
fun
maps.
Games.
Yeah. We're going to see Belshire Beach at some point.
At some point, yeah. I mean, the loser picks the map, so people don't want to play on a map they're unfamiliar with. But I'll bet you one of these days they're going to have like a sniper that trains on Belshire Beach.
A bit of a break. Be right back. Oh, they're not. Hi, guys. How's it going?
There we are.
I'm Doa. That's Moltrap.
We're going to have a Doa and Moltrap break.
That's right. Thanks for joining us. Oh, goodbye.
That was a quick break. Anyway,